Okay, so next question is by Rajneesh Tiwari. Why did the sales of Kalki take a sudden dip? Your promotion wasn't up to the mark, or was the decision to change the publisher a factor? I think it's not. Thanks, Rajneesh, for asking this question. I think there was not a sudden dip. I don't know where you got this information from. I think it's just because I was not sharing my stuff on social media. I think in that kind of you thought that it was not selling. In fact, after my new publisher, which was Fingerprints, I actually sold a lot of copies, which is I think I around sold 25,000 copies. In my earlier edition, I just sold 6,000 copies. So I think it's and every month I think I'm selling 5,000 copies, more or less, because it's taking some time to reprint it also. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's fair to say. There's a sudden dip, but yes, the promotion is not up to the mark, because obviously I cannot promote my first book forever. Now my second book is coming out, and now I will promote it again. Like right now I'm promoting. So yeah. So anyway, Rajesh, thank you so much for asking. So next question is by Suhas Sriram. He said, what was the most difficult and hardest part to write? Why did you decide to change the publisher? Which character you see yourself in? Waiting for the book. What was the most difficult and hardest part to write was, I think it was the fact that part. I think you're referring to the scene in book. The scene in book. I think it was like right now it doesn't come anything in my mind. But yeah, I mean, one of the scenes that I actually found it hard was actually the ending, because I didn't really plan the ending per se. I outlined my second and third book after I finished my first book. So the ending was kind of tricky, and I thought I was trying not to make it anticlimactic. So that was a tricky part to write. Okay, why did you decide to change the publisher? There's a reason. Decide to change the publisher. I think which was one of the many reasons was because Kalki, because my initial publisher was, it took some time for us to boom, and once it boomed really well, and then there was a lot of orders, and we were not able to, keep up with the pace, and we really needed a big publisher to actually come in and save us. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of like kind of the reason why I wanted to shift my publisher. Okay, so next question. Aritra Chakraborty, what is the eye of Brahma, and is Kalki going to be trained by Bhargav in this part? I think this is a very spoiler question. I don't feel like answering this right now. But eye of Brahma plays a very important part in the book, and because obviously, it's connected to the overall mythology of the entire series. And Kalki going to be trained by Bhargav in the part. I can't answer that. But yeah, no, I can't. So thank you, Aritra, for asking such a tough question. Next question is by Arun Sukhu Maran. What would be the romance part of your new work? Romantic and emotional scenes from your first book was really epic. I'm expecting action and emotions a lot from your new work. And good luck. Thank you so much, Arun, for asking this question, and thank you so much for liking the first book. What would be the romance part of your new work? I think the romance part is actually increased, because my father told me that romance is supposed to be added more, and because people like that. In my first book I didn't add a lot of romance, but yeah, the second book has a lot of romance into it, and it's between two characters you already know, and there are different love stories also, and not just between Kalki. There's also a love story of Arjun and so forth. So yeah, sure, it's gonna be epic, and actually romance plays a very pivotal role in the end of Arjun, and it changes Arjun as a person. So I think it's a love story written for Arjun in a way. So yeah, thank you.